answer a few questions here. And we start with leave a door open for miracles, as I call it. And belief and faith are the same in many ways. Not like believing in the Santa Claus, but believing in miracles and having faith that they occur and happen. And then let go and trust. And it gets easier and easier with time. But it's a struggle that can take years, and you always have the dark nights of the soul often. And I see magic like this: belief, spirits. Energy is more a modern thing, but focus and action equals magic. And where to find belief, faith when you have none? And I say this is the where sometimes people say that I'm so dark, but look back at the time in lives when everything was lost for you. When somebody died, when you had no hope, you had maybe not a job, you lost all your money, whatever it is, a good friend, things when you felt like you couldn't go on. It might be love and so on. And it can be loss, death, accident, trauma, addictions, abuse and so on, whatever the case is. And if you face it and try to remember the day, there's slight little difference when it felt less painful. Those little slight changes you don't take notice of. And then you might think back that you started to survive, heal, and you started to try something. Maybe your heart was broken or your body was broken, but you decided to start, maybe take a walk outside for 2 minutes a day or something like that. And that's when I believe you had an angel by your side already. And if you can't even do that, imagine that you have a spirit guiding you through. Just try to think back and see it as somebody was guiding you. If you were writing a book, that you had somebody who helped you, a friend. And angels usually answer directly for your needs. And through teaching, comforting, inspiring, creativity, problem solving. And they give you self-worth and love and structure. They are all about structure, the angels. They break you down sometimes so they can rebuild a real structure built upon, not on sand, but on good foundations. And you know that you had the demons in your life and you feel like you deserve it, that you deserve the bad things to happen to you and so on. That's always a demon. And when you feel that you need something, you are entitled to have something. And desires that are out of control. Let's say pleasure seeking, that you... With pleasure, I'm not talking about simple pleasures or life or natural, those kind of things. But I'm talking about pleasure, since when you feel pleasure, let's say you take ice cream, you love the taste in the beginning, but after a while you need more and more and more. Since you get used to the sugar and so on. And same with alcohol and drugs and everything else. And that you get a feeling that you deserve to indulge in everything. You need to have everything is the best and so on. That's usually demonic. There's a difference between self-love and indulging in everything that is not needed. And they also feed upon self-doubt and not being worthy. And self-image is a common problem, and that's why I think the plastic surgery is rising. Plastic surgery is amazing for all those who are born with deformities and so on, and have accidents, and it is a beautiful thing. But if you do too much, then you hate yourself regardless, and you need to do more. So there is usually a demon there with a self-worth. That you are not beautiful enough, you are not good enough, that kind of thing. And angelical contact, I see them as the seconds of peace within a storm. Just the feeling of, it's okay. The second that can refresh your soul. And that can come during grief, pain and healing. Even if just a second, take that as a note that there was an angel by you. And flashes of inspiration and ideas and creativity. And then we come to my favorite subject, endurance, persistence and strength. Going the whole mile. And the sovereignty of your soul, courage, control of emotions. And what you learn from the angels to see and appreciate, which grows every year, I noticed. You see more and more of others' value, their beauty and their gifts. And you don't compare or feel jealous. You actually feel filled with joy as you see others grow better and doing better and so on. You don't have jealousy anymore. And follow through your commitments. Angels are very good with teaching you that. And taking action towards peace and harmony in whatever way you can. And then you suddenly feel that you don't need to indulge in gossip or trolling or bullying or following others either, since you become sovereign. You don't have to act unless you decide to, so you don't have to. There's that sovereignty does this within the soul. And honesty within and without, and you start living it. And these things takes years, and we are all learning all the time. We are human, we make mistakes every day, let's face it. And the divine office, and this is in all, at least Islam is very strong on this, and as well as Christianity. When you recite the scripture, the angels will recite with you. There are some parts of Judaism where they say that angels can't recite the Bible, and that's why you read it. There are some different views there. But they are always beside you when you read the Bible. And when your heart is filled with love and fire and passion towards God. And petition and request made with the Bible is always heard. Remind, it is about God and God's promises here. And you remind them of the past deeds of Magick. That's why I say, read Tobiah, read Enochian, what have they done? And you just remind them, you did that for them, you can do it for me. It's a little bit naughty, I know. And then you practice this, praise, pray, recite. And if you have a singing voice, I don't, and practice to love and recognize. And there was one thing that came through in my Enochian ritual last night. Today, I mean, at noon. Traumatic Kundalini awakenings happening worldwide right now during the war and trauma. And I should make a request, if anybody knows if there is those gurus who teach and practice, since what I've learned in the past that it takes 25 years to become a guru. Is there an organization that has a website or something that they could maybe link and give an address to my page, and then that they send it to every refugee camp with war veterans and all these who suffer trauma, since Kundalini can act by trauma, and it starts, and then you end up like me having it, that you didn't know what Kundalini was, but you went through it and you thought you were going crazy. So that is something, if you know somebody, let's try and reach out together throughout the world and put all, I don't care about what faith, what spirituality, just connect and link maybe on Instagram or whatever, and put the addresses there where people can read the information in one single page with some simple advice at least, and where to connect, so refugee camps and all those things can find them. People can act peacefully together if you are spiritual. So if you tell me you're a guru and you don't listen to it, then you are not a spiritual at all. So Buddhism, Christianity and all faiths should be about helping others. So I hope you hear this, and let's start to work worldwide. You can. And then there's also this message that teach and help others. It doesn't matter what level you are in life. You can always teach somebody something, and you can always learn something else from somebody else. So this was an urgent message that please listen to. And I don't take any credit for this, but please try, just if you know somebody, try them to get them together and put out information that goes worldwide on a site or something where they are connected. When you search for sites and everybody has their own website, why isn't there a connected site for healing with different faiths? And that was the message that I should tell you, since I don't know how to use internet, but I guess everyone is better than me at that. So this was a little bit of a ramble and everything, but have a magical, magical day and be inspired. Bye for now.